Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Sew with Zops. It's been a long while and we are resuming our sewing tutorials. It's not been so easy keeping up with the tutorials, but we are going to try our best this time around. Okay, so we're going to be learning how to make this built up collar dress. Now I have my basic pattern, Princess Bustier pattern, already drafted. This is my back piece and this is the front piece. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and illustrate. If you need a detailed video on how I achieved my princess that bustier, I'll leave the link in the description box so that you can go check out that video. All right, so this is the curved hem of the style we are going to be making. So the full length of my blouse is 27 inches, 26 inches, then plus the sewing, all the sewing allowances I would need. So I have here 27.5 inches. At the hem of your full length, you have to come up by 3 inches or 3.5 depending on how curved you want it to be. Okay, so here I have 3 inches. By the time I finish sewing half an inch round, turning with the lining, I should have 3.5 inches deducted. Now for the back piece, this is the back piece. The back piece, I'm not making use of princess dart. If you're going to make use of princess dart for your back piece, please refer to the video in the description box on how to cut your princess dart bustier. The only thing that you need to do is to extend from your waist to the full length of your blouse and then make your curve into the side of your back piece and the front piece. So right now I'll go ahead and cut out our front piece and then we can do the neck alteration, which is the main reason why we are here. So I always like to notch my bust points on my pattern so that when I am joining I will know how to align it properly. So this is our front pattern. I'll go ahead now and cut out the back also. The back is almost cut out. It's just to cut out the sides of the back. Alright, so now we are done. We'll move straight into the neckline. Then pick up a piece of paper and just place it this way. You can leave about 3 inches. Okay, so I'm going to be taping this. I'm going to use this side, which is the center front of the paper, so that I can get exactly the same placement. I'll go ahead and tape this down with my sellotape. Okay, now to get the shape of our neck, we have extended the fabric, the paper here. And the next thing I did was to draw out my shoulder line. So from the nape of the neck, you're going to come out by 1 inch. Okay, come out by 1 inch here along the shoulder line. And from the shoulder line, you can choose to go up by 1.5 inches or 2 inches. So I'm going up by 2 inches. Please take note of these marks. Here, from here to here is 2 inches. From here to here is 1 inch. Then I'm going to mark the midpoint of my shoulder. I have 5.5, that should be 2.75, like so. And from here, I'll connect, make a slope from here to this point. Okay, one thing that can guide you is marking out 1 inch from here so that your slope can have a direction. Now I'm going to go this way and connect it to the 2 inches at the top. This is our front neck extension. Okay, this way. Now if you look at the picture on the thumbnail or the design we are trying to create, you can see that there is a little curve at the front side of the neckline. So with that, we are going to connect this 2 inches point now to the 1 inch. And before you do that, you can go ahead and determine how deep you want your neckline to be. This 3 inches 3 by 3 we did earlier when we were drafting the pattern is not needed here because it's more like a v-neck kind of neckline. So from here I will choose to go down by 8.5 inches so that when I finish sewing, 9 inches is okay, so that when I finish sewing it's not going to be too high nor too low. So I'll take 9 inches from the shoulder. I'll take 9 inches. Then, like I said earlier, we are going to make a curve connecting these 2 inches up to this 9 inches point. So we are going to go this way. So if you don't want the gap here to be too much, like the curve here to be much, you can do half an inch, it's still fine. But I want the 1 inch. Remember, you are still going to sew it. So I'm going this way. So this is our front neckline. I'll go ahead and cut this, then add paper to the back and repeat the same process for the back. Okay, so this is our front panel. We'll go ahead now. I'm going to cut this off because it's not needed here. We'll go ahead and do same thing we did for the front to the back. I'll keep this aside and bring my back piece. Now for the back still, the same thing we did for the front, we went in by 1 inch. So we are going to repeat, redraw this line so that we can see where our shoulder line is. Okay, so I'm taking 1 inch from here. This is 1 inch, and I'll go up at the back 2 by 2 inches. Connect up to this point. You mark the midpoint of the shoulder line, same thing, 2.75, and then we are going to connect it this way. But before then, you can go ahead and make the straight line if you want it, a straight line here, but I don't need that. Here's my 2 inches. I'll just go ahead and connect it like so. Now I'm going to raise the center back by 1.5 inches, not 2 inches. Now you can decide to do 2 inches, is fine, but I'll rather go with 1.5 inches so that it will be, this is the center back, it will be ½ inch and will have a very nice curve. Okay, so you go ahead and connect like so. Now you can go ahead and cut this out. So here we have our front piece and our back piece ready. So here the pattern has been transferred to the fabric, and you can see the neckline of the back is a bit lower than what I wanted, and the reason is because on the back pattern the neckline was already lowered by 1 inch during drafting, which I didn't take note of. That is why it is so low. It shouldn't be this low. Okay, so maybe when you are cutting your back pattern, you can leave out cutting out the back neckline, or you just go in by 0.25 inches just to give the back neckline a shape, so that when you mark your 1.5 on the center back of the back neckline, after cutting, it won't be as low as what you have seen. So I added ½ an inch to the fabric before I cut out the pattern. I just placed it to show you. Okay, so the same thing is going to be done for the front. You are going to transfer the pattern to the fabric, and I ironed stay to this because of the curve, so that by the time you're done it won't be so floppy it to have a little bit of structure. So this is the front piece, and here I equally added 1/2 inch around the neckline and the shoulder, and that's all. I didn't add any to the hem. If you want to, you can as well do that, but I didn't. Okay, so go ahead and join the pieces together. So in order for you to have a stress-free sewing, you have to do inseam finishing, more like sewing your lining separately and also sewing your fabric separately. That way, when you want to turn the shoulder, you will not encounter any kind of difficulty. So I used red thread just to show us what it looks like. And after joining the back and the front, this is what your neckline should give you. Okay, so this is the lining. You can iron stay on your lining to give it more structure. Now go ahead and join the fabric. So this is the finished look of the blouse, and everything looks so neatly done without stress if you follow this process. So if you watched this video up to this point, you may want to consider subscribing to support the channel. We are coming back gradually. I'm so sorry guys, I've been so off for a very long time, but this time around we will try and stick around. Thank you so much for watching, and do have a lovely time making this. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Ciao, ciao.